When we talk about channel marketing, we're talking hundreds of partners executing on multiple tactics simultaneously. And this naturally leads to a huge influx of data, which makes it very hard, if not impossible, to understand performance metrics. Because it is decentralized, it makes it very, very hard, if not impossible, to gain valuable insight into these performance metrics. Naturally, the tendency of the brand becomes focus on if funds are being used versus the impact and value they should be delivering to begin with. For the first time ever, the brand has an unprecedented view into the performance of their entire channel marketing ecosystem. Since analytics is attached to every tactic, every campaign execution, it becomes very straightforward to take digital medium like social and compare it to a traditional medium like direct mail and see how they're performing. That is why we have worked so hard and put so much effort into SproutCloud Analytics. It's a firm belief of ours that beyond centralizing execution on our platform, analytics is the next evolution. When we talk about channel marketing, we talk about a distributed network of channel partners. By its very nature, if they start executing on multiple tactics across hundreds of these partners, it leads to a huge amount of influx of data, which by its nature is not centralized. Getting insights into how that is performing becomes very hard for a brand to do. That's why we have put so much effort and worked so hard to build SproutCloud Analytics. Beyond centralization of execution of tactics on a single platform, we firmly believe that analytics is that next evolution, which will actually give you insight into your channel marketing spend. As an example, every tactic in our platform is attached to analytics, which gives the brand as well as the partner great insight into how the campaign is performing. As a brand, it gives unprecedented view throughout the ecosystem of your channel marketing partners, how your tactics are performing, how the campaigns are performing. With integrated technologies like call tracking, traditional digital media suddenly becomes very visible in terms of response rates, and you can have a valid view on how a tactic is performing versus having an opinion about it. So when we talk about channel marketing, it means we are working with a network of hundreds of partners, and each one of them could be executing a tactic or a marketing program. It leads to a huge amount of influx of data, which by its nature is not centralized. Getting insights into how that is performing becomes very hard for a brand to do. Naturally, the tendency of the brand becomes focus on if funds are being used versus the impact and value they should be delivering to begin with. That's why we have put so much effort and worked so hard to build SproutCloud Analytics. Since analytics is tagged to every tactic that gets executed through the platform, it becomes fairly straightforward now to take a digital medium like social and compare it to direct mail. Even zeroing in on a single tactic like email but changing messaging and doing A/B testing. As a brand, it gives a very comprehensive and objective viewpoint on where to direct the marketing spend. The very nature of channel marketing means that you're working with a distributed network, and inherently it means that you're executing thousands, hundreds of campaigns through this network, and that is if it is being effective as a marketing platform. Very hard to pull metrics out of this ecosystem. So tendency of the brands becomes focus on if funding is being used versus how effective really the funding is. That's why we have put so much effort and worked so hard on SproutCloud Analytics. It's a firm belief of ours that beyond centralizing execution into the platform, analytics really is the next evolution that will give an unprecedented view into the channel marketing spend. For example, every tactic in our platform is attached to analytics, which gives the brand as well as the channel partner an easy to digest view on performance. As a brand, for the first time, it gives a holistic view across the entire channel ecosystem on how tactics are performing, how the spend is performing. Digital media, traditional media, through technologies like call tracking, we can understand response rates with data versus opinions on why a certain creative is performing well versus the other. For the first time ever, the brand can have a consolidated view of performance across their entire channel ecosystem. We can take data from email, compare it to social, see how the same creative is performing but on a different tactic. We can take data from technologies like call tracking and put it on traditional mediums and see how the response rates vary there based on different creatives, different messaging, and it really makes it very data-driven versus opinion-driven.